Today on V8 Extra, James Courtney joins us to discuss heading back to the glorious North Queensland sunshine next weekend for the Sucrogen Townsville 400. Our reporter on the loose is Mark Winterbottom in the USA with a special Texas 2013 event preview. Aaron Noonan chats with Craig Lowndes about another career milestone, and Larko answers more of your questions. That's all ahead on V8 Extra. Yes, hi everybody. Welcome to V8 Extra. Great to have your company today. Thank you very much for joining us. Fourth time we visit Townsville next weekend for the Sucrogen Townsville 400. Cannot wait to get back in the sunshine. We've got another very big show sorted out for you today. To co-drive through the witches' hats along the way, James Courtney joins me from the Holden Racing Team. G'day, James.
G'day, Neil. 2010
champion. You got off to a great start when you first turned up at Townsville. Winner in 09. Great racetrack.
Yeah, it's a fantastic little place. It's got a mixture of everything. You know, we love street circuits, and anytime we can get up there is good.
And you took the family up there the other day. I saw an image of you with Karis and the kids, the whole lot, the whole box and dice.
No, it's good to be able to take the kids away for once. Normally I wave goodbye to them and they don't see me for a few days, but to take them up and show them the sights and do a little bit of a holiday, it was fantastic.
And you were waffling before we started the show about something to do with cattle and horns. What was
we saw the world's biggest horns, or a bull with the world's biggest horns. They were 9 foot 2 inches, so... You don't want that thing running at you.
No, that would give you some lap speed, wouldn't it? That's for sure.
Coat hanger a football team.
You've got a brand new car, all new shiny red Holden Racing Team car. It looks like you've been making a bit of solid progress with it too.
Yeah, we're slowly clawing up on it. Look, it's it's been a long process, and I think we're starting to make some good ground. So, going to an event that I like with a car that it's getting better in the ballpark, it should be good.
So you've had success in 09. I think you had a second there in 2010 as well. Garth was the winner on the streets of Townsville last year. So there or thereabouts, there's the recipe in your heads to get this done. So you're looking forward to it?
Yeah, look, street circuit, you can sort of muscle around and drag a little bit more out of the car. So hopefully we can do that and make up for what it hasn't got and have a good weekend.
And you've got those soft tyres that you like as well. Let's have a look at the championship scenario at the moment. You can see that Wincup's got the margin there. 38 points is the gap. How tight is it between the boys from FPR? There's just 11 points between Davo and Frosty. Will Davison and Mark Winterbottom, both the BJR cars in there as well. OK, to whet our appetites, let's wind the clock back 1 year and have a look at Townsville 2011.
It is time to go racing.
Tim Slade, teammate. That's second now for him.
David Reynolds has taken over the race lead.
Should get that done pretty easy, and he does. Oh, Reynolds, big slides. And no choice. Oh, that's a big hit. It's on way out. Actually, Paul's been massively kind to him there. Tags Jason Barguana pretty solidly here.
Tagged at 2. Will Davison gets past his teammate.
He just hit the end of pit lane marker. This is the race to the end. Well, that's Lowndes. So Lowndes now tries to go round the long way.
This battle will not let go. Little Scarlet Tanda, this is what Daddy does best. Will Davison will just hold him off. It's a good equal start. In fact, Winterbottom has got the jump.
This is for the lead.
Courtney's got not again. Reindler on Steve Owen.
There he is down the inside.
The car's been called, and Will Davison's in the thick of it.
Some drama with the right hand rear and off the road. Very good pass. Well done, Jamie Wincup.
Look at this from the chopper looking down towards turn 2. We've seen it time and time again this weekend. Another change for the race lead.
Great reaction from the crowd here.
And Wincup will get his 6th race win of 2011. He came here in army greens. He's won the battle.
Townsville next weekend. Looking forward to getting back there in the sunshine, as I said before. OK, it's time to sneak off to the break now. Pay 1 or 2 bills here on V8 Extra. When we come back, Mark Winterbottom's in the US. We're going to have a bit of a look at what's going on there in Texas for 2013. Stay with us. Frosty's in the USA. He's on a promo tour at the moment. He's hooked up with Marcus Ambrose at Infineon Raceway for the big NASCAR event. He's also been to Disneyland for the Cars Land opening, and we've given him a camera and a 7 microphone and cut him loose to have a look at that brand new facility at Austin, Texas. Here's his report.
Hey, it's Frosty here. We've landed in Austin, Texas, and as you can see, it's an incredible place. So we're going to go out, check out the sights and sounds, and just have a good look and see what Austin's all about. Well, there's nothing more Texan than going boot shopping, so I've come down to Austin's biggest and most famous boot shop, Heritage Boots, and I'm going to go from city boy to cowboy. Let's go try and get me some boots. I'm thinking wild. The most wildest boot you've got.
Wildest boot I've got right now, let's see. That one you have in your hand, or this one's always a good one?
All right, I like that one.
So these boots are actually collector's items. These are our Texas State boot, and they go for $1,300. Probably the most expensive boot in the shop at the moment.
Okay. I've got good taste.
A good eye. Yeah,
I've got good taste.
Got a great eye.
Is it jean in or jean out? Do I tuck my jeans in or do I...
If you're a rock star, you tuck your jeans in, or maybe a race car driver would do. But generally, you wear your jeans outside of the boot.
How's it look?
It looks great. Even with the jeans in, I gotta say, it's a good look for you.
Thanks, Jason, for
Thanks,
your help.
Frosty.
Well, it's 42 degrees here today in Austin, and it's way too hot to go traditional style with jeans, so I'm doing it Aussie style. I've got my boots.
Yeah.
Need to look after the head. So.
I think so, because you're used to the boots from Australia, so we need to get you in one of these.
Awesome. Yeah, big and large.
Oh, yeah,
That's
of course. So let's try this one on real quick. Let's see how that fits. It's a good one there. Try that on. All right. Make sure to always keep that into the back. Yes, sir. How does that fit? Yeah, a couple centimeters above the ear tips, about 2 fingers, 1 finger above the eyebrows. Yeah, I think you make a pretty genuine Texan already.
Yeah.
Give you some chaps, some Wranglers, and a horse, you'd be on it. Hey,
right.
Hey.
What do you think?
Well, I love it. If you win, you're gonna have to wear one. Yeah? Is it a deal? You pick one up.
I will.
All right, I love it. Beautiful.
Well, now I feel like a Texan. I'm decked out. I've got the boots, I've got the hat, I've got the wave. But now we're going to go check out Circuit of Americas and go and have a look at what the track's all about. And just can't wait to get out there and put a car on the track and have a little drive around because it's going to be fantastic. Yes, sir. I finally made it here to Circuit of the Americas and it's blown all expectation. We've seen the photos, but I can tell you the photos do not do this place justice. The elevation, it's very similar to Bathurst. From pit garage to the top of turn 1, it's 130 feet. It's just incredible. The guys let me drive a car on the track as well, so I've hit it in a little bit of anger, but they only let you go to turn 11 because there's all this construction work going on. The bitumen stopped and it goes to dirt, so it's a little tease, but you got to get here. It is amazing. Get online, look at cheap flights, and it's just incredible. But check out some of the footage of what they let me do on the track and have a little sample of what this place is all about.
Can't wait to get over there next year, James. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic facility.
Yeah, look, brand new track. It's going to have everything, all the bells and whistles, and the circuit actually looks really quite good.
And a sneak preview for us later in the year when Formula One visits the Circuit of the Americas. I can recall when I lived in the States being at Long Beach and thinking to myself, wouldn't it be an amazing dream if V8s would race in the USA? I never thought it would happen. It's just a huge opportunity for us.
Yeah, the Americans like anything big hair, big teeth, and big loud V8. So I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
Sounds like your mate Dario friend Kitty. He's got the big hair at the moment. Indy 500 winner 3 times. There's lots of interest in our category over there.
No, I think the little teaser with the race on the Gold Coast has been great for our category and it's really opened it up to the world with the Underdrummer now. We've got a lot of Euro and American guys trying to steal our seats.
Yeah, trying to nick your race car off here. We'll take a break on V8 Extra. When we come back, Aaron Noonan hooks up with Craig Lowndes. He's got another big milestone coming up next weekend.
I've been shopping all morning and a bloke's got to eat. So I come down to the blokiest joint here in Austin, Texas, and I've ordered an antelope burger. Kinder surprise right here. Not bad. Not too bad at all, except for the pictures of the antelope looking at me, making me feel guilty. Pretty good burger.
Hold the strikes back, and Lowndes 32-3. Oh, and down the inside he goes.
The 83rd of his career and the first of 2012 for Craig Lowndes.
Craig Lowndes, and it will be his 200th event start in the V8 Supercars next weekend, and he'll be talking to Aaron Noonan coming up very shortly in the program. Time now, though, for Big Pond Sport email, and our question this week from Martin James: how does the driver cooling system work? Here's Mark Larkham with the answer.
For those of you that are really observant, you'll notice out on the grid, often the team's bringing dry ice out there. The other thing you'll notice is drivers have these couple of pipes hanging out of their race suit. Now, they're not a battery jack pack to get the robot drivers going. It's all part of quite a complex cooling system. Now, firstly, when they get in, this is their underwear. This is actually what's known as a cool suit. It's flame-proof. It's got all these tiny little pipes running through the front and the back of it. When the driver gets in, he plugs these in to this little coupling on here, and the dry ice, I'll just put that up there, goes into this box here. Now, this box has a pump on the other side of it there. And what it does, when he wants to get going, presses the pump, and that pumps that, circulates that water that's cooled via the dry ice through his suit, keeps him cool. Very important. Now, a lot of times you hear the guys where they maybe put that in a little early, it actually freezes up the pipe. This ends up not working, and it's a real drama for drivers, because remember, we're seeing sometimes 50 degrees centigrade inside here. So if your cool suit's not working, it's like wearing another layer of thermal underwear. Not good. Now, added to this system, look, is another couple of pipes that come into this device, which is another little cooling radiator with a fan. Now, we need to see where this comes from. I can tell you, up on the roof here, there's what's called a knacker duct. So that gets nice fresh air blown in there, comes down through this ducting all the way through here and through this filter here. Inside here is a carbon monoxide filter, which filters all the nasty fumes out of the cars in front of you. That then goes through that fan, is cooled, and here we go, into the pipe on the top of the helmet here. So the driver has fresh, clean, cool air. Love to be a race driver in the modern era.
James, you're one of the drivers that places an enormous amount of emphasis on personal fitness. How much difference does that stuff make for you guys now?
Makes a huge difference, especially weekends like at Darwin, and also going into Townsville to keep the temperature down in the car. We don't have to worry about them freezing as much as what we did in the start of things, but no, they're really quite efficient now. Modern
luxuries for these blokes now. We never had that stuff in the good old days.
You're sounding like Russell.
Yeah, I know, sounding awfully like Russell. All right, well, Craig Lowndes has been knocking up the numbers. How's these beautiful numbers? Next week's big milestone I've mentioned. He started 454 races. He's now had 83 race wins and 94 podiums. He recently caught up with Aaron Noonan.
Craig, thanks for joining us on V8 Extra. Next weekend in Townsville, you rack up your 200th Australian Touring Car Championship and V8 Supercars Championship event start. Is this the sort of thing that you can appreciate now while you're still driving, or is this something that you can't really appreciate till you're really old and slow?
Well, I suppose when you put it in that terms, I actually appreciate it more now, because I didn't know, obviously, what that 200 mark really sort of stood for or stands for. So for me, you do, but you wait until you finish your career, you get time to reflect and see what you've achieved over the course of, where you've begun. And I started driving 94, but full-time in 96. And then you talk about now in 2012, I'm still driving a V8 supercar. So for me, look, it's a great accomplishment. And, really for me, it's something I'll probably appreciate further down the track.
So you're about to hit 200, but let's rewind back to number one. January 27, 1996, Eastern Creek Short Track, Twilight Race, Holden Racing Team Commodore. What do you remember about that one?
I remember most of it, actually, because I think it was going into that weekend, it was my first ever full-time drive with HRT. It was on the short track, it was a twilight round. John Bell come second, come out in the press, and I think he actually got a bit of criticism from Dick saying that, how good is this kid? I also remember there was a comment from Wayne Gardner saying he's not going to win a race, let alone the championship, in that whole rookie season. And of course, we proved both of them wrong.
It's taken you across the 199 events, 3 championships. It's smashed into you all the time that you haven't won one since 99. But in the meantime, you've gone and cranked up a couple more Bathurst crowns. 4th championship or 6th Bathurst, if you had a choice?
Oh, well, the ultimate choice would be both. You're never
One
too
or the
greedy.
other, please.
Okay, Bathurst. I think Bathurst for me is still the ultimate. It's a race that's globally recognised around the world. It's like a Le Mans 24-hour, Daytona 24-hour, Nürburgring 24-hour, which I'd love to still do. So for me, that's the ultimate challenge, to have 2 drivers per car at an event, 161 laps, 6.5 hours driving, ultimate circuit, and a big challenge as a whole to get that right. For me, Bathurst is the ultimate race.
You can't get to a milestone without getting asked about things along the way, and that leads probably well. Regrets, things you'd change, and races that got away. What sticks out?
Well, I don't have any regrets, because you make the decision with the best information you've got right then. And of course, for me, the Ford time, the only thing that I was disappointed on is that I didn't win a championship for them. We were so close, obviously, in 2006, going to Phillip Island, the last race out of all the races of the year. We go to the last race with Rick, and the way it ended up was probably disappointing, because you want to have a good, clear winner at the end of the race, not obviously go through the court case and all that sort of stuff. You want to have a good race to the checker flag. So you don't have any regrets. I'm sure there's probably things you'd like to change, but at the time you'd make the best decision with what information you've got, and you walk into it, as I said, with open eyes, believing that's the right choice.
You recently had a birthday, 38. You were 21 when you debuted. So in that 17-year span, what's changed the most about Craig Lowndes, the man, rather than Craig Lowndes, the race driver?
I think probably I'm more content, I'm more happy. I enjoy the, whether you like to call it a circus, and the whole categories of V8 for what it is. When you get involved with it, you're so young, you're so, in a sense, a little bit naive, but you're so passionate, so driven to win races. You want to win. You want to have pole positions. You want to win. You want to lead every lap. You want to win as many championships as you can. You want to travel to the next race. You eat, sleep, breathe motor racing. But as you get older, you realise there's actually other things out there. And of course, for me, I think that I've had such a great career. We've had that side of it. I've grown up, in a sense, with the industry around me. And you love the people that we deal with. You love to travel. We travel all over the world now. And of course, you just enjoy for what it is. And hopefully along the way, you're still successful.
Craig, happy 200th. All the best. We'll see you in Townsville next weekend.
Thank you very much.
So the big 200 next weekend for Craig Lowndes. Take a break now on V8 Extra. When we come back, we'll unleash Noons again in full bobblehead mode with some fast facts for Townsville. Stay with us.
Smell of an oily rag, and James Courtney gets his first victory for the Holden Racing team.
A little mate James Courtney doing some of his finest work there. And James, just in the recent past, the announcement that Darren Turner rejoins you again for the Armour All Gold Coast 600. That should be good.
Yeah, huge asset for the team. He did a great job last year, really snuck up on it and produced a good result in the end. So super happy to have him back.
He does very, very well in those sports cars over in Europe. OK, I promised you this before we went to the break. Aaron Noonan with some preview facts for next weekend's event up in Townsville from his dimly lit bedroom corner with the propeller spinning. Here's Noons.
We've been to Townsville 3 times, and the current series leader Jamie Whincup is the only multiple race winner on the Park Street Park Permanent Repark circuit. J-Dub's had a win each year, with single victories to James Courtney, Mark Winterbottom and Garth Tander. For one-lap screamers, pole success has been shared across 5 drivers, and Jamie's the only pilot in the multiples on this ladder too. Although for a pole tip, Tander might just be your man. He's never qualified beyond the top 5 for all 6 Townsville races, and he holds the qualifying record. Lee Holdsworth seems to click with this track too. He's had a pole, went close to a win in year 1, and set the race lap record last year in the Saturday race. And 3 drivers will break out the sat-nav to make their Townsville track debut. Frenchman Alex Premer, the lanky David Wall, and former Indy 500 winner and F1 World Champ Jacques Villeneuve. Stephen Johnson starts his 400th championship race in Townsville, the 4th active driver to reach this special mark. Russell Ingall, remember, is number 1 on that chart. And next Tuesday, it's happy birthday to David Reynolds. The Bottle O Ford pilot turns 27. A career first podium in Townsville might just be a perfect prezi.
Well, James, next weekend we're back up in the sunshine again. You can break out those shorts and the T-shirt. You're looking forward to it?
I can't wait. I love Townsville. I spent a bit of time up there recently, so go up and get some silverware would be fantastic.
You got to get up on that podium, mate. We've got to try and get you along.
I know, it's killing me. I need it. This weekend I'll get a good feeling.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Cheers.
All right, mate. All right, our next V8 Supercar event, as we've been talking about, the Sucrogen Townsville 400 coming up next weekend. Races 14 and 15. Check the website out for more information. Our next V8 Extra, well, we'll be in the paddock next Saturday. Larko's going to join me, Mark Scaife as well. We'll catch up with everything that's going on in and around the paddock and bring you right up to speed. Hope you've enjoyed our program today. Look forward to your company again next weekend from Townsville. Bye for now.